and I'm going to make sure you can see me. Okay, so today's is, this is week 3 in our 40-day challenge. And so I want to congratulate all of you who have been in there and establishing your daily practice. And that's what this whole challenge is about. But keeping in mind that it doesn't have to be so rigid that if you feel that you were not able to do it that day, for some reason you forgot or you haven't set it into your structure and your time frame to do it consistently. The consistency is the key to it. Pick the time of the day that's optimal for you, that within those three days that I've mentioned before, either at the sunrise, on or around near sunrise, at noon, which is where we're doing it right now on the west coast of the United States. It's the noon time, or at sunset. Those are the 3 optimal times to take advantage of that electromagnetic alignment that's happening with the planet and the sun. And if you haven't been able to do that, don't give yourself a guilt trip. Just every day is a new day. The sun tells us that. Just start up fresh and new and give it another try. Today, I'm going to give you some techniques or just show you how simple this is. If you're out in the workplace, or if you're working from home, or if you're in a workplace, this is something simple to do during your workday in a chair. So I'm sitting in my office chair. I'm going to scoot back here a little bit so I can give you the idea of how simple this practice is and how powerful. So let's go ahead and do the tune in. And like I said, I don't like the vibration of the sound when I'm chanting from this particular wireless mic that I'm using. So we're going to do the long, slow breaths together. So bring the hands at the heart center, apply the pressure, thumb knuckles into the sternum of the chest, activating the thymus gland, lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders back and down the spine, eyelids closed, eye gaze at the third eye, that point between the eyebrows, the pituitary gland. That's the gland we're putting pressure on. It's the gland that operates the entire nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, the organs that operate without thinking. If we put pressure on that gland with the eye gaze, it begins to secrete properly. And so we operate in a very balanced way, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Inhale deep through the nose. Just suspend that breath for a moment and exhale, navel gliding back to the spine. And now we'll tune in, vibrating the sound Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo, bowing to that universal energy that is both outside and within you. Gurudev, the wise teacher within you, the wisdom that you have all along through this whole experience. And then Namo, that projection of yourself. Inhale deeply. Hear the sound Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and exhale. And again, inhale deeply. Hearing the sound Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And you can chant it along if you know the sound. Inhaling. Exhaling. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Beautiful. And just release the hand posture. Bring the hands into Gyan Mudra. That's the index and the thumb pressed together. Just resting on the knees, palms facing up. Just taking a nice, easy, gentle inhale and exhale. Just feeling that change and that shift already through the face, through the eyes. This is what's happening in the brain. What happens in the brain, the eyes, or what happens in the brain, you can feel it in the eyes, up through the nasal passages, this whole electromagnetic system of nerves going through the whole face. How you feel, what you're undergoing mentally shows up on your face. Whether the furrowed brow, we can see it here. So relax the face. Okay, so the first posture is the life nerve stretch. And I've been showing you, we've been practicing it where it's my legs are parallel to the floor and we do a forward bend. And I also practice it standing up and doing a forward bend, bending from the hips. But I'm going to show you, you can practice it either one of those ways today, but I'm going to show you how you can practice it in a chair. If it's not possible for you to lengthen your legs on the floor or to stand up, wherever you are, it's just a simple way to practice it. I'm going to set the clock for 3 minutes. And you want to put your feet flat on the floor. So there are hip width apart. So here's my knees, my feet are flat on the floor. Ideally, if you can have your socks off or your shoes off, sometimes that's not always possible and you're in a workplace environment where you have other coworkers. But if it's possible to take off the shoes and even further take off the socks, because remember that the energy in our hands and our fingers, our head, our whole body doesn't just end where our skin ends. It goes beyond. And so we are balancing our nervous system with this particular posture. And when you have that direct connection, skin to skin, ideal, but we are always modifying to what we can do, what we can show up, how we can show up the best we can in any situation. So if you're not able to take shoes and socks off, so be it. That's okay. All right. So we're going to inhale deeply. And eye gaze, third eye. Exhale, folding at the hips, leaning over. And then just let the head fall down. And you're going to reach around again with that toe lock. So the index and the thumb, or the index and the middle finger, wrap around the fleshy part of the bottom of the toe, and the thumbs press into the toenail. Head is down, eye gaze, third eye. Long, slow, deep breath. If you have shoes on and you're not able to touch the toes and push into that life nerve, then just let the arms hang to the side. You can feel everything coming, all the energy coming down to the brow point. That's the whole point of this. Long, slow, deep breaths, lengthening the breath. Inhaling the sound Sat, exhaling the sound Nam. Sat is a Sanskrit word for truth. Nam is your identity of that truth. And it's the truth within you. It's who you really are. Understanding that you are not your job. You are not your relationships. You are not your imbalances. You are not even the things that you win at, that you enjoy. At the core truth of who we are is this spirit, this balanced, joyful, energetic, creative, healthy, happy, whole, complete energy body. That's who we truly are. And that is who we work at when we balance through yoga, when we balance through meditation, is coming to that point, that truth. We focus the mind. If we don't focus the mind gets distracted. And when the mind is distracted, it does not allow the frequencies to elevate. They stay stuck in this repetitive anxiety, overwhelm, fear, anger, resentment, sadness, malaise. We stay in that repetitive groove and frequency when the mind is distracted, thinking about past events, worrying about future events that have never happened. So when we train the mind to stay in the present, we use mantra, sound current. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Hear your breath. Last 30 seconds, recommit. Okay, take a nice long deep inhale, please. And slowly exhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, letting the head come up last. And just sit here for a moment, eyes closed, hands in Gyan Mudra. That's the index and thumb pressed together, palm side up, resting on the knees. Letting the breath come in naturally without thought. Being aware of that alignment, that elevation and frequency that's happening. Just allow it and let it happen. The cells do their own work. And inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale. And you can keep your eye gaze, your eyes closed if you like. We're going to continue the next exercise. Or you can gently open your eyes if this is the first time you're joining and you've never seen this particular exercise. Again, 3 minutes, and this is alternate nostril breathing. Alternate nostril breathing, balancing left and right hemispheres of the brain, bringing us into the calm, clear, focused frequency of the mind. Super, super important because we get pushed out of that frequency all throughout the day, all the time. You're going to take the right hand, you're going to block off the right nostril. Left hand is in Gyan Mudra. Again, that's that index finger and thumb pads pressed together, and then just resting palm up on the knees. The eyelids are closed, eye gaze rolled up to the brow point, which is that pituitary gland, often referred to as the third eye. You can also have your fingers positioned where it's just like this. Maybe the 3 fingers, the index, middle, and ring finger are down. Some people just like to do this back and forth. I like to do it like this with fingers up like antenna. You're going to inhale through the left nostril. Navel is expanding, drawing the breath into the deepest part of the lungs. And now you block off the left nostril with the right pinky and exhale through the right nostril. Navel's gliding back to the spine, gliding the breath out through the right nostril. And now inhale again through the right nostril. Block off with the thumb and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale through the left. Block off the left nostril with the right pinky. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. And continue that pattern on your own. Focus the mind, Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Hear the vibration in the breath. The breath moves the prana. The deeper the breath, the more the prana moves through your subtle energy channels. and the cells in the body are able to elevate the frequency. So deepening the breath, lengthening the breath, focus the mind. And take your last inhale and complete your last exhale. And lower the right hand in Gyan Mudra, resting on the knee, palm side facing up. And now let the body respirate itself. Breath is coming in, prana is moving, breath is exhaling. Without a thought, elevated frequencies of the mind. Beautiful. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And you can keep the eye gaze at the third eye, the brow point closed if you like, or you can gently flutter the eyes open if you want to watch me demonstrate. Moving into our third posture, which is Sat Kriya. So that's the whole point. We do the exercise to put pressure on the glands of the body, to align the body with the life nerve stretch. With the second posture, we align the mind with the breath exercise. And now we're ready to do the meditation. And this is a mantra meditation. So it's Sat Nam, Sat Nam. We pull in the navel with Sat, and we release it with Nam. Sat coming in through the navel, Nam, the vibration at the heart. Again, that's that truth. You're pulling in your truth, balancing your truth, and projecting it out with Nam. The fingers are interlaced. Let me just move a little closer. So those of you who haven't seen, I have this nice rolling chair. So you're going to interlace the fingers like this. If you're projecting out the feminine energy, you're going to interlace the fingers in such a way where the left thumb is going to come over the right thumb like this, and then the right pinky would be on the bottom. And if you are projecting out and emulating the masculine energy, you're going to interlace the fingers like this, and you're going to cross the right thumb over the left, and the left pinky would be on the bottom. And when I say projecting it out, I don't mean today you feel like projecting masculine energy, or today you feel like projecting feminine energy. What is the energy that you embody every single day? And that is the energy that you're balancing. I am generating feminine energy every single day, primarily at the way in which I operate. So I want to practice balancing that feminine energy. Okay. So I'll come back here. And so I'm practicing, if you are, again, I'm showing if we are demonstrating that we're in the office, or we're in a capacity that we cannot sit on the floor in traditional yoga style. If you're on the floor in yoga style, then you want to be sitting on the heels. You want to be sitting on the legs, and then you're sitting with your on the heels. The tops of the feet are flat. You can also be sitting in easy posture. We call that cross leg posture. If it's challenging for you to sit on your heels or your knees. But the chair is a perfect posture for this, because we're trying to align the spine. So I'm going to press the back of my spine, my lower spine, into the back of the chair. I'm going to interlace my hands. I'm going to stretch it straight up like we're plugging into that energy source, which is ideally what we're doing. The eye gaze, the eye focus is again at that third eye, the pituitary gland in the center of the brow. Eyelids are closed. We're going to inhale together, and I'm going to do this soft chant, but I want you to really chant You don't have to be shouting it out. You can just chant it very low vibration. Sat on the inhale, the navel comes in, nam on the exhale. And let's say, for example, I'm going to bring my arms down for a moment. You are in an office situation and you don't want to be chanting to disturb anybody's work with sat nam, sat nam, sat nam. Chant it in the mind. Hear sound of sat on the inhale, nam on the exhale. Very, very soft. But you want that navel to be moving because you're moving the energy from the navel up to the heart, and then it's projecting out. That's why we have the arms up, because we're putting this pressure on this whole glandular system right here. Okay, here we go. Arms up, lock in the posture, eye gaze, third eye. Inhale together. Sat, nam, 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 sat, nam. Inhale deeply, please. Hold the posture. Squeeze the navel in and up. And hold the posture. Exhale through the nose. And again, inhale through the nose. Squeeze the navel in and up. Direct the energy up through the heart, up through the throat, the center of the roof of the mouth, all the way through the top of the head. Hold the posture. We're going to do this one more time. Exhale through the nose, navel gliding back to the spine. Inhale deeply again through the nose. Squeeze the navel in and up. Direct the energy up, up, through the roof of the mouth, through the top of the head, all the way to the fingertips. Now hold the posture. Exhale completely, navel coming back to the spine. And now you're going to pull the navel in without a breath. Pull it in and up. Inhale. And exhale, gently release the arms, bringing them down gently. And now if you're in a place where you can lie on your back, we're going to rest and recover for 2 minutes. And I'm going to move you through this whole complete deep relaxation. And if you're just sitting in a chair like I am, I'm going to stay right here. Just relax the hands, either palms facing up, ideally because it's the flow of the energy, or if you feel you need to turn the palms facing down, imagining that you're in your office space and you're not able to lie on your back, but you want to have a complete and total rejuvenation. Otherwise, come into Savasana, laying on the back. Keep the mind meditative. Relax the feet, the toes, the tops of the feet, the bottoms of the feet. Relax the ankles, the shins, the calves. Relax the knees, the thighs, back of the thighs, the hips. Relax the tailbone. Just let it sink and melt into the floor, into the chair. Relax the spine. Let it be leaning against the chair or sinking into the floor. Relax the belly. Relax the organs inside the abdomen. Let them be soft. Relax the heart, the lungs, the whole rib cage, melting. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the forearms. Relax the wrists, fingers, the tops of the hands and the backs of the hands. Relax the throat, the neck, the jaw, the cheeks. Relax the lips, the eyes, eyelids, the forehead. Relax the top of the head and the back of the head. And take a nice long deep inhale through the nose. And exhale completely. Nicely done. If you're lying on the back, just gently bring the knees toward the chest and rock back and forth, gently bringing your body up. And if you are in the seated position, just gently open the eyes. And that's beautiful. We have just finished today, so I'm so glad you could come, those of you who could attend. This is recorded so that I will be posting this on the YouTube channel. Those of you that are subscribers will be getting it in email. Those of you that are group members will be getting it posted in the Facebook group. And I want to wish all of you, this is in the United States, we practice you that are in the United States have a beautiful, wonderful gratitude giving day today. And I send all that gratitude and love to all of you. And also we have this tradition, we call it Black Friday, where we have huge discounts. And so I have a Heal Your Life Now course, which is a huge discount. It's $365 off. And if you are interested in that 6-week self-paced video masterclass course, then go ahead and send me the email. If you get the email, just respond to the email, but you can contact me at support@yogaforbalance.online, or just respond in any of the comment area if you're interested in that. So have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day. And I'm so excited to continue. Next week, we'll do it at the same time. It'll be week 4 of our 40-day challenge.